Now, obviously, going on to the next fight would be our Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski. Now, up until just recently, obviously, they just got bumped up to main event status, and they've both come out saying,
I know, I've seen that.
We were the main event anyway.
It was deserving anyway.
It was deserving. I think they're always the main event.
It's basically back to where it should be.
But that is pretty much the thing with this card. I would pretty much almost all the fights, maybe bar the Paige Van Zandt fight, all of them would be...
at least fight night main events. Holloway, Volkanovski, I would say.
Pay-per-view.
Peter Yan and Aldo. I think Peter Yan and Aldo would be an actual UFC.
Maybe a fight night one for that.
I say fight night.
Yeah, it's all title fights,
It's debatable. It is debatable.
Absolute legend of the sport, and then someone coming up. So yeah, I mean that is just a thing. Like, I guess it is that in this sport there's egos, and you do kind of want to be the main event. But I think Kamaru Usman and Masvidal, no one can argue with that being the main event.
No question of that.
But moving on to obviously Max Holloway.
Yep.
And Alexander Volkanovski. Now this
we both recently rewatched that first fight, didn't we?
Yes, yeah, and it's like Alexander Volkanovski was looking amazing. Now this is obviously the second fight. They've both experienced each other over 25 minutes. It's just been the next fight for both of them. Do you know, Max Holloway got a rematch straight away. Obviously, rightly so. I think when you've held the belt for that long and obviously been that dominant,
it's almost like an unwritten rule, isn't it? You get a rematch. Yeah, if you've been that dominant for that long. I think
that's the thing. See any challenger, they've got to realise that you're going to have to beat the champion twice in a row. As you're going to need to do it twice, especially if you're fighting a champion that's been that dominant. Which Max has been very dominant.
It's like Stipe Miocic as well. He's like the most successful heavyweight. DC beat him, but he's got to fight him again.
100%, yeah. And think how they turned out. Now that's onto the trilogy, you know. So you never know, this might end up the same.
Possibly,
if Max comes out of it again, I'm sure the next rematch, depending on how it goes, they'll probably fight yet again, depending on how Max wins, if he does win. Now, let's start breaking down this fight.
There's a couple of points on this.
Definitely. So I think first of all is like preparations for this at the moment. Now, big news obviously coming from Max Holloway. He obviously spilt on Ariel Helwani's show that his training has been over Skype and he's not been sparring.
Not been in the gym.
I think he's got a home gym. He's been doing stuff. I think he said the only thing he'd be missing out on was a certain treadmill they use.
Right.
But I mean, if your team's not there, that's what I'm thinking as well. If he's doing it over Skype,
you're not getting your hands on anyone, man.
I know. I would imagine like not being able to hit the mitts with your actual coach and things as well. Not getting the sparring in. I would assume that making sure that you've got a camp that's got plenty of sparring and hitting mitts is definitely going to help with your timing, which is what Max's biggest advantage is. He'll always just touch you up, and I feel as if that was almost what he was missing in the first fight. He wasn't quite able to get the combinations together that he normally does.
I think a lot of that was due to he had to switch stance due to the leg kicks.
Well, this is another.
He was fighting for, I think it was like 3 rounds. Like
he switch in the second round, and then the rest of the rounds he was pretty much switched. To be honest,
his leg must have been killing him.
But he's coming out and saying that it didn't bother him, and
I find that hard to believe.
I find that extremely hard to believe as
well.
well.
The size of Volkanovski's legs,
because
the tree chunks, man.
I mean, what did he used to weigh? 240 pounds.
240 pounds, which is insane.
Playing rugby.
That's literally just shy of what, 100 pounds.
He would be able to fight heavyweight.
95 pounds.
He would be able to fight heavyweight.
That is insane.
And he looked like, I mean, he's just, for how short he is as well.
Let's pull that picture up, actually.
It's a crazy.
I think, didn't I?
Yeah,
I cannot believe it.
He looked huge, so chunky, and his legs are still like tree trunks.
Yeah,
I feel as if that must be where most of his weight is. And from the get-go, he was just tearing up Max Holloway's lead leg.
Yeah. What was the one that I seen? It was this one here.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the size of him.
Look at the size of him.
The thick boy.
I feel as if his legs have got thicker.
He's probably just lost a lot of fat around it.
You can see all the muscle now, but straight away, so he has got some strength.
I seen one of his face, man. That's it here. Look at that.
Wow, he's chunky, isn't he?
He's thick, man.
Who would have known that he could get down? Who would have known?
It doesn't look like there's 95 pounds to lose there, does it?
No, I don't actually know how he's able to do that.
He's really short. He's much smaller than Max.
So that was the thing as well. So obviously he's a lot shorter than Max, but his reach is almost the same or longer than Max's. Right. Obviously, I don't think it really counts because his legs are so small and things. I think Max has definitely still got the advantage in that area, you know. But he done the right thing in the first round, just like the first fight. Just tearing up Max's lead leg. And as much as he might say that it didn't really affect him, he switched stance and he almost kept it that way, which
Didn't look as good in that stance, I didn't think.
No, he maybe wasn't able to get off maybe the combinations that he normally does.
It was a very close fight though. We were having that conversation earlier.
I think
it's such a close fight.
We've always said that, like, I think if you're coming in and you're needing to beat obviously quite a dominant champion, I feel as if you need to do it in quite good fashion.
Yeah, 100%.
It needs to be quite obvious for you to actually be able to take that belt off of that person. Obviously, I think he was winning. He definitely won the first 3 rounds. Potentially people might give him even more than that, but every round was really close.
I would have hated to be a judge for that fight.
No, exactly. But I mean, that's what everyone says. If you leave it to the judges, it's going to. It really could go either way. There's been some crazy decisions.
What's your thoughts on this?
On this, I mean, Alexander Volkanovski was looking really good.
He had so much confidence. He just looked like he knew he was going to win.
See, being a challenger, he came into that looking like almost like the champion.
He did.
See, especially that first round, that he was just tearing up that front leg, swinging with extremely bad intentions.
They were talking to each other as well through the whole fight.
I like that. I did like that, but he was like, I think sometimes when challengers come up against such dominant champions, sometimes they respect them a wee bit too much and don't really implement their game plan. Whereas I feel as if Alexander,
it was a good game plan. He had, to be fair.
Yeah, definitely. Now they've both experienced each other now over the 25 minutes. I don't feel as if this fight's going to go anywhere near the same. I think obviously Max maybe didn't. He maybe underestimated how much damage that those leg kicks would do. I mean, every single one sounded like a baseball bat was coming off his leg. And that, like, as much as he can say that didn't affect me, and he was saying that he went out and partied that night, which is unreal. Max, he's like, I went out and partied and I was dancing and stuff. I was like, I don't see how that's possible.
I find that hard to believe.
He'd only be kidding himself, I think. But I don't think he's going to allow that this time. So I don't think that's going to be as big a factor as leg kicks this time. Also, Alexander Volkanovski's known for his takedowns and then ground and pound, which did we even see one?
But we haven't seen one.
Couple of attempts. Maybe an attempt or two, but there was no actual.
I seen that in Max stuff, and I don't think he took him down properly.
Max has got amazing
maybe once
takedown defense.
Straight back up.
He's got amazing takedown defense, so it's not going to be. But like, that is where Alexander Volkanovski can really shine if he does actually like start implementing his takedowns. If he manages to take Max down and really start landing his ground and pound, because he has got some strength. He probably will be able to hold him there for a round, the end of a round if he needed to. So I feel as if we're not going to see anywhere near the same fight what we've seen first time, which I'm extremely excited about.
I can't wait for that fight. I must admit though, I hope Max gets his belt back, because they love Max.
I love Max as a champion. I really did. I feel as if he just wasn't able to get into his rhythm, and now I don't think that's to do with Max. I feel as if that was to do with Alexander Volkanovski. I feel as if he didn't let him get into his rhythm.
I agree with
he
that.
tore up that front leg. He kept Max kind of guessing. He didn't let Max get into his rhythm, find his range. The way Alexander Volkanovski was actually closing distance was quite unbelievable as well, and kind of reminded me a bit of DC. The way he just gets in the pocket, gets the punches, comes out. Even as he was coming out, he was landing the leg kick just to make sure, he looked amazing. I feel as if Max has the intelligence to learn from that, come in again, but I feel as if both of these fighters are not going to come into this fight the same as they did the first one, and you're going to see, I think one of them will be finished. I don't think it's going to go 5 rounds.
I hope not. I love to see a finish.
Yeah, definitely.
I watched the Ortega fight, Holloway Ortega fight that night. I forgot how good that fight was.
That was amazing.
So
it's amazing. And it's kind of what Max does. Like, the first couple of rounds, he's obviously always a wee bit slower. He actually misses quite a lot to begin with, because he's feeling it out. He almost deliberately misses to get his range. And then
as soon as he's got his range, he starts throwing 4, 5, 6, 7 combination punches together.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So like, I feel as if a 5-round fight actually helps him out sometimes. Because if it was a 3-round fight, sometimes he feels out.
Just get into his rhythm. That's it.
I
think that's probably the best I've ever seen Max look against Ortega.
And Brian Ortega was no fool. He was literally. He finished Frankie Edgar literally just before he fought Max Holloway. Do you know what I mean? Frankie Edgar, no joke, had not been finished before Ortega, and then obviously Max Holloway comes in and does that. So if we see that Max Holloway, and if he actually manages to find his rhythm, get into that fight, I think that could be quite similar. I think it's going to be a bit more of a brawl. This one,
I think Max has got to be a bit more aggressive, man. Just go for it.
yeah,
Just
100%,
really go for it, 'cause he's got the
100%.
potential to do some
I
serious
feel as if he needs to
damage.
come in a wee bit faster. He needs to start faster,
Yep.
and he needs to get Volkanovski's respect
Aye.
straight away.
Yep.
He needs to remind Volkanovski that I'm the champion.
Yeah.
You know, like, and actually just be the old Max. That being said, that's not going to be any easy feat,
far from
because
it.
Volkanovski will definitely, I think, come in with a different game plan this time.
Yeah.
Maybe go for a bit more takedowns.
Yeah.
There was I watched obviously the breakdown as well from Dan Hardy, and I hadn't noticed this either, but could have been a reason why Alexander Volkanovski wasn't going for too many takedowns afterwards. But Max Holloway, as Volkanovski was coming in, I think it was maybe round 3, Max actually did land a knee to his midsection, which Volkanovski did. He acknowledged it, shaked it, and then that definitely puts you off going for takedowns.
Maybe that's what put him off then for the rest of the fight.
Yeah, and I think maybe perhaps if Max uses his knees a lot more as well, it will stuff that. Like, that's what everyone does.
Yeah.
As soon as they've got someone that they're fighting that's going to maybe be going for takedowns, they
Aye.
want to show them that knee to be like, okay,
Don't
you
come
try
near
it,
me, boy.
I'm going to land that.
Aye,
You know,
that's it.
my prediction will be Max Holloway winning that, and I think he'll finish it.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think so. I think he'll finish it a TKO.
I hope so too.
Um,
I'm going to go with that too, and all, to be honest.
maybe like late round 3, round 4, something like that. Round 3. I'm going to go round 3. Max Holloway TKO.
Right, okay.
But again, I think this is going to be an amazing fight. It really can go either way. It just goes to show this card. You like, if you're a betting man, I would struggle because they're both amazing.
Yeah.
Like I say, you're going to see different fighters this time, I think.
Yeah, they've
for
got to do
both of them.
something different.
100%.
Volkanovski would probably do the same thing, but Max has got to be more aggressive, I feel.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree.
Definitely.
Yeah. No, I think that's going to be really good.
100%.
I just hope that Max has prepared in the right way, because like we said before, we went over it quite quick there, but I mean, he's just been speaking to his coaches, training over Skype.
I know. I mean, but see, when you're at that level, when you're that experienced, they can't make that much of a difference, really, can it?
Yeah, I just hope
He's
his
got all the tools.
He's also
at that point.
He's also known for his cardio. I just hope his cardio's there as well. You know, because with his striking and his cardio, that's what makes him TKO people, because they're exhausted, and it's just the number of hits. You know, so
That's it.
I'm hoping. But
I'm excited for that one, by the way.
oh,
There's going to be some scrap.
I mean, what a card! What
It's
a main
ridiculous.
card! It's crazy.
It really is.
So we're saying Max Holloway.
Max Holloway, the Blessed era, the Blessed Express is rocking up to Yaz Island.
Yeah, his son's not going to be there, I don't think.
Understandable.
Understandable.
Under these
Can't really get
conditions.
them there, but aye.